Grog has just released their self-proclaimed Ultrachrome paint formula. For years, Molotow liquid chrome has had a hold on the graffiti community. It's been undisputedly regarded as the shiniest liquid chrome paint formula in graffiti. When we did a side-by-side comparison of all the liquid chrome paint formulae on the graffiti market, Molotow liquid chrome shattered the competition. Even when we compared it to the longtime industry staple, the Uni PX30 Silver, Molotow was the clear winner. But now, for the first time since 2016, Molotow liquid chrome's reign might be over. The Italian graffiti mop manufacturer Grog in 2025 has just released their new Ultrachrome paint formula. It's called Mercury Chrome, and they've released it in all 3 sizes of their mini Grog squeezers. And today, once and for all, we are putting Grog Mercury Chrome and Molotow liquid chrome next to each other to see which is shinier. We're going to be doing a full tagging test on light, smooth surfaces and to really test the shine of the chrome on black metal to see which shines more. We're even going to be putting a layer of chrome down with each of these paints side by side in our studio lighting, so there's no question about it. Can the Grog Mercury Chrome end the reign of Molotow liquid chrome as the undisputed best in graffiti? But if you think it was easy to get our hands on either of these liquid chrome paint formulae, here's what we had to do just to get 60 milliliters of paint here. First, the Molotow liquid chrome. As stated, Molotow liquid chrome has been the #1 chrome graffiti paint in the market since 2016 when it was released. And with that being the case, and with all the hype they've received online over the years, like with the channel Tag Machine using it in straight up mops, they're priced like they're #1. Now, you can't order this stuff in a graffiti mop. Generally, it's just too expensive, and they didn't really design it for use like that. So we ordered a 30 milliliter refill that's designed for Molotow's chisel and bullet tip markers from my personally most local supplier. Even with it being the most local supplier I could find, when all was said and done, we had to spend $49.81 to get this, including shipping. That's about $1.66 per milliliter. And I'm sure what you're really eager to know is how we got our hands on the Grog Mercury Chrome here, because at time of recording, it's only been released in Europe, and even within Europe, it's very hard to find right now. If that's changed in the future, you future people leave some comments about where you can pick this stuff up. But none of the North American graffiti sites stock this stuff yet. I reached out to a lot of my personal connections with those sites, and they basically said they don't know when they're going to be able to get it in. So we had to order straight from the manufacturer in euros. And for a 10 millimeter Grog mini squeezer with 30 milliliters of the new Mercury Chrome paint, it was $64.81. So guys, it cost me $114.62 for us to see today if the Grog Mercury Chrome is going to finally end the reign of Molotow liquid chrome after 9 years. And just so you guys know, I don't know what the result of this side-by-side tagging comparison is going to be. We make sure all our reviews and comparisons are totally unbiased, and we're really going to see which of these is the shinier chrome. But by the end of this video, we will know. Something else I do know is there's no realistic amount of views I could get on this video that would cover the cost of this stuff. So this is purely for you guys in the graffiti community. So if you appreciate what we're doing here today, maybe give the video a like, and that'll help more people in the graffiti community see this video and see which of these chrome paint formulae is shinier. But right now we have to get the Molotow liquid chrome into a mop, and then we'll be tagging these side by side and starting that test. know a lot of people use Molotow liquid chrome for like detail work on model painting, all of that, but I think you guys will agree that we're gonna see the best mirror effect just by doing some tags here. So we're gonna do some tags on a few different surfaces, and then finally we're gonna turn all the lights on, get our studio lighting on a nice dark surface so that we can do a side-by-side coverage test to really finally answer the question, which chrome is king? Let's get these tags up here. Right from the get-go, this Grog Mercury Chrome is a thick paint formula, much thicker than you normally see with silver chrome paint formulae in general. That's very rare. What is going on here? For anyone who thought this wasn't going to be a close comparison, this is insane. Guys, you have to see this. And the Grog Full Metal paint, very thick as well, so I'm sure they used that as kind of a starting point for the ratios and whatnot, but it's really thick for a silver specifically, and it's an incredible formula. You can tell. I didn't have really any expectations, good or bad, for this, but this is a serious formula. You can see the smoothness of these lines. Just take it all in, guys. I always love those thick paint formulae with the three-dimensional kind of drips, and when there's a metallic mirror finish involved with those three-dimensional drips, it just amplifies. The effect is really beautiful. This is going to be an intense battle between these two silvers. The Molotow liquid chrome is actually a much thinner paint formula. I don't know if I expected that. I don't know what I expected, but this is a lot thinner than the Grog Mercury Chrome. Like, you can see it in the drips. Oh, I always forget what this stuff is like. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. This is just, you know? I didn't really notice how thick the Grog Mercury Chrome was until we started using the Molotow liquid chrome again. It's been a while since I've laid some tags down with the liquid chrome, and yeah, wow, it's drippy. Not uncommon for a liquid chrome, of course, but just the way that it can drip and slide down the surface and maintain that mirror effect without it looking too choppy. Not too many chunks of metallic in there. You gotta shake this stuff up, you have to. It just looks incredible. Much flatter than the Grog Mercury Chrome, but the Molotow liquid chrome is at the very least holding its own here, but there's not much to pick out one way or the other in terms of which is shinier here. Let's get some more tags down. Now on the smooth surface there, make sure you're taking a look at which mop I'm tagging with. And that's partly because just judging by visually looking at them is very hard to tell which is which. It's just so drippy, even with how thick this is. Shout out to Secca14, a subscriber who asked for a hit off in a video. Cheers, man. I'm mostly just trying to give you guys good shots of what these tags look like and the lustrousness of these tags, because it really is indescribable. Personally, I don't really think I expected Grog to stand up the way it is. Both formulae, no streaking whatsoever. These are incredibly meticulously formulated chromes, you know, on both ends. Oven Sten, hope you guys are doing well. I do want to say, going to this rough painted surface, oh my gosh, this textured surface really brings out the shine on these. It's all good to have a nice, smooth, mirror-looking tag, but personally, I really appreciate the Atom tag and the Day tag here. The kind of effect you get with that unfinished, choppy surface, and that is just such a nice, kind of crinkly sort of texture. Like, really take that in, because using this stuff on rougher surfaces is very underrated, I think, and if this doesn't prove it, I don't know what will. This is just magnificent. The nib's getting destroyed on here. These cheap mops that I filled up are not gonna cut it with the nib, man. Normally I probably have more to say about these tags, but I don't know what to say. These are incredible.
Perfect.
We did a tag on glass over top of some Montana street ink. You can see that review in the corner or the description if you want to see that. So we're getting a bit of interaction between the ink that's underneath and that chrome. Generally, chromes are better at covering up other paints and inks than non-metallic formulae, and that's just because those metallics sit on top of surfaces so well, even when inks are trying to seep through them. Just a little tidbit for you there. Now, just so you guys know, you can always ask for a hit off in the comments section for a future video. If you did want to support the channel, you can have your name permanently on our hit off list just by joining our Patreon crew or clicking the join button if the channel memberships have launched yet. You get extra exclusive content there. Sometimes it's buff tests, sometimes it is us taking a look at some of the best graffiti artists' pieces in the world and discussing how they made them to help you guys and myself improve our graffiti pieces. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want to support the channel, or you just want to support the channel, check out the Patreon or the channel memberships. I did approach Grog and asked if they would be interested in sending over some of their new product for me to compare directly to Molotow Liquid Chrome. I was hoping what I could do is direct some traffic towards their website in exchange just for having that sent over. I didn't ask for any payment. I didn't ask for any sponsorship. They did reply to me and they said mainly due to shipping limitations, the North America market wasn't what they wanted to focus on, and they wanted to showcase their product in a more tagging oriented environment. I know 1 in 3 of you are in Europe. I tried to present that to them. But with that being said and their email, let's see how these tags shine on a smoother, dark surface. So I decided we needed to go on a little adventure here to find the perfect black smooth metal surface to write on and test these out here, because this is going to be exactly what shows us the shine of these different paint formulae the best. Starting off the Grog Mercury Chrome here, you're going to see something with both of these that our other tests haven't shown, and that is simply that even with an almost entirely smooth surface, smooth enough that you can write on this surface with mops, even just with that little bit of roughness, if you're not squeezing super hard and getting a lot of excess paint on your tags here, even that little bit of roughness is enough to pretty much disable the mirror effect of these two paint formulae, as magnificent as they are. And you're seeing here all the lustrousness, all the shine, it's still there. But where the lines aren't super thick, even this amount of texture, like what's on this black metal here, is enough to kind of mess with that mirror effect, and you're left with essentially a shiny formula rather than a mirror-like formula. And that goes for both of these paints. But now, to make it official, we need to see which chrome shines more. Same coverage, side by side, wet and dry. First up, we have the Grog Mercury Chrome here. For this comparison, the Grog Mercury Chrome is going to be on the left, and Molotow Liquid Chrome will be on the right for all of the shots, just so you know. We're doing these nice, thick layers with both, and the thickness of the formulae are kind of coming into play here. You won't see what I mean right away, but you'll know a little bit later. Now both the formulae are wet right now. Changing the angle of the light, you can't see too much difference, but these pan shots really start to show the differences in the reflectiveness, especially when the markers are behind each of these squares of mirror. At the end, we did give them only about 5 minutes to dry, and you're seeing a bit of a difference, but again, this is not the full story. You're gonna see them dry properly very soon, and the differences are stark. Now, after seeing the wet coverage test of the Grog Mercury Chrome and the Molotow Liquid Chrome, okay guys, hold up for a second here. I think I lied. I didn't mean to, but I lied. Now, if you haven't met me before, this is Editor Sciz. I'm putting the video together right now. In the video, I was about to say the shiniest chrome graffiti paint formula is still Molotow Liquid Chrome, which isn't actually true. Now, on camera, you can see why I would say that. The wet Molotow Liquid Chrome all day looks like it's running circles around the Grog Mercury Chrome here. But the tags I'm gonna show you right now on screen and our surface test there, they've had over a week to dry, and nobody can tell me they visually see a difference between those two paints. Molotow Liquid Chrome has one really big advantage in terms of its marketing. It looks really, really good during the application process. But I'm showing you right now, when both of these formulae are dry, you can't tell a difference, and no one can tell me Molotow Liquid Chrome has shit on this Grog Mercury Chrome. I can't tell any difference, and that is 100% the truth. Grog Mercury Chrome is as good as Molotow Liquid Chrome. But the rest of what I'm gonna say here is still entirely true, and it's actually supported even more by the fact that after these dry, you can't tell any difference. That shouldn't be how you decide which of these formulae you're going to use if you are planning on using one of them. Now, if you actually do the math, I think this is really important to tell you guys, it's a lot cheaper to buy these Grog mops once they're accessible to you than it is to be buying this marker paint and then filling a mop with it. Molotow has always charged premium prices. Some would argue they have premium products. Grog, in general, charges very middle of the road, if not slightly below average prices, and in this instance, their Mercury Ultrachrome really is an Ultrachrome. I would pick this up for your graffiti needs if you insist on using either of these. If you're wondering, am I going to continue using either of these? The answer? No, absolutely not. This stuff ain't cheap, and it wouldn't be an economically sound decision for me personally. A lot of you guys, probably the same thing. I'm right there with you. But I'm really glad that we were able to actually test these out side by side, because I'm guessing no one else has done that for you yet. So I don't really usually ask people to like the video, but you know, it would really help this video out, and I do think this comparison deserves to be seen, hopefully. A more economical way I've found to use chrome paint formula like this so that you maintain the lustrous effect, but it becomes a little bit cheaper, is mixing chrome paint formulae with inks. We did that when we did our shoe polish graffiti mop review, which you can check out on screen right now. It's one of our best videos in my opinion. I really enjoyed that, and a lot of people said they really enjoyed the formulation aspect of that video. Hopefully I'll see you over there soon. Thanks for all the support to those of you in the Patreon crew. Until the next one, peace.